Valencia, and I wanted everybody to meet her. She's a pretty special girl. She is a 7-year-old mare. She's pretty much unbroke. She was bred by Jeff Wilson in Delhi, New York at Black Willow Morgans. Her sire is Valiant. It's the famous stallion that he rides, and her dam is Black Willow Belladonna. So she is pretty special. We kind of had a discussion while I was there in New York teaching the clinic, and I've always wanted a Morgan. I've always wanted to try to bring a Morgan along, and I didn't want just any Morgan. I wanted one of Jeff's Morgans because they're a really special breed and bloodline, and I wanted to keep that bloodline going, but doing a different discipline that he hasn't had any of his horses do yet. So when I had the conversation with him in New York, and I said I was looking for a short, stocky, muscled mare that was pretty much full grown, that I could start, you know, as a clean slate, he said, come take a ride with me, and he took me up to the top of the mountain, and there she was. She came running over the top of the mountain towards the golf cart, and I immediately knew she was exactly what I wanted. And I could not believe when he looked at me and he said, if you like her, she's yours. And it was just one of those moments that I truly couldn't have felt happier to know that I have the privilege and honor to work with a horse of her caliber. So I hope to do him proud and her proud, but we have a lot of work that we have ahead of us, and I'm just gonna work her a little bit while I talk to you guys. So basically, she's pretty small. She's a broad, stocky mare, so she's going to be really nice to put under saddle. Usually, his horses are pretty level-headed and easy, so I don't think that she'll be really tough to put under saddle. I'm kind of excited to have a horse to put under saddle again. Most of the horses I've had recently have, you know, been ex-race horses or horses that have already been ridden. So it'll be a little bit different for us to go back to the basics, and I just want to give her a really super solid foundation. Just make sure that she knows and understands how to use her body and her muscling correctly. You can see we've been working on getting her to reset her body. When I ask her to step back and to lower her head and neck, you can see that this muscle in particular is really starting to release. And this is the sterniomandibular and all of these neck muscles along the side. What's so important with Morgans is they have a tendency to overbend. They have a tendency to shorten their neck. They're built to collect, but at the same time, you have to be really careful that they don't close their gullet and close their throat latch. So I do a ton of foundation work with them to make sure that they are stretching their head low like she is here, and she's learning to use her back. So it's a little bit of a different posture for her. It's posture and movement, and it's a little bit, you know, something that's not probably anything that she's ever dealt with in her life thus far. And me asking her to back up and come forward and just touching her with the stick. You know, when we first started the backing process, she was pretty sticky in her feet, and she really didn't want to move very much. So it's been a little bit of an ongoing thing all day. Now when I go to change directions, I like to keep them fairly straight. You'll see I bug her a lot, and I say bug her because I really want her to start setting her muscles and really starting to change her posture. I want her to become aware of it. I want her to become used to the fact that I'm gonna keep asking her for different things, and I want her to understand that she needs to keep trying. So every time we come out here, I want her to try to give me 100%. So right here you can see she's trying to turn back the other way, and I'm just gonna come back in and correct her and tell her no, tell her to keep walking on, and I'd like her to lower her head and neck just like she did there. Now going on this side, she tends to pull out through the left side of her neck, and she tends to twist through her body a little bit. This is her sticky side, the side that she sticks her feet on more so we'll work a little bit more on this side as opposed to the other. The other day when I wanted to give you guys an update, my neighbor started cutting a tree down, so during the lunging process I wasn't able to tell you about her and basically what I was looking for. But in the beginning stages of our learning process here, I really just want her to change her posture. I want her to change her balance and movement. So the more that I have her stepping up and under, the more that I have her elongating her neck and stretching out and down, the better. She'll be in this frame for almost 3 months before I ever ask her to lift. I'm not going to be putting her under saddle at least for another 15 sessions. While I could put her under saddle right now, I'm gonna hold off because I really found that it's been very beneficial with a lot of the horses that I've worked that if I just stick with the foundation, put the foundation on, keep it nice, and really let the horse have a firm understanding of what I'm looking for, allow them to develop the back, allow them to get stronger through all of the latissimus dorsi muscles up here, and really have her use her obliques in this area. You can see that she has a belly that I call slung low, so she's not really using her abs and she's not really using her obliques yet. So as time goes on, that's going to be what, she's just gotten really clean right there, to me not being able to use sticker, to me not being able to get to her fast enough. So we're just going to practice that again. She's a very kind mare, but there's just a slight lazy streak in there. She's been really willing thus far, but I find moments where she's just kind of like, if I don't have to do that, I'm not going to. And, you know, in the beginning parts of training a horse, especially if the horse is going to be my own, establishing that partnership and establishing that willingness to change and want to learn is very, very, very important. And it's one of the things I must have if she's going to barrel race. I need her to be gritty. I need her to be brave. I need her to be strong. But I also need her to depend and rely on me because I'm going to depend and rely on her. So it's a two-way street. We are a team, and I want that partnership to develop right here and now so that she understands I'm on her side, I'm trying to help her, and I'm not here to make her life miserable, but I am looking for a response. So right here, she just kind of got like a stalemate, and she said, nah, I'm not going to do that. There. So every once in a while, I have to just reiterate to her that we are doing this. And then most of the time I can go back to being really, really light with her again. It's not like she is looking for an argument or looking for a fight. She really just is trying to figure out what it is that I'm looking for. And again, the lack of not wanting to back up at this stage of the game is really like right here. She will barrel me right over. So that has been one of the other things that we've been working on. Her shoulders tend to just want to run right over the top of me. Not belligerent and not nasty, but just, she's kind of like, well, that's a shortcut. I can take that way. I don't really have to go out and around you. It's more of a, she has no clue that she has to and should walk out around me. There you go. But there's a little bit of an easier route. Now, if she was deliberately lining me up and trying to run me down, that would be something completely different, but I don't get that vibe from her. I get the vibe of, I really don't want to have to stop my body. Like right here, she's totally blowing me off, so I tapped her a little bit harder. Now I'm going to go back to light. I'm going to direct her. That was really good, girl. That time she just totally stepped out and around me. But you'll see my main goal for the next couple days is to get that neck to stretch down there. I'd like the tips of her ears to be below her withers. So that's really when all three of the major neck muscles are really going to start to relax. So I'd like to bring you guys along on this journey, educate you as I go along. This is really, really, really a cool process, especially at this stage of the game. I enjoy doing this part of the in-hand work and the cabezon work. This is all stuff that I learned. Yes, thank you. Good job. No, keep going. No. Gotta step out and around. There you go. See right there, it was just another one of those sticky moments. She gets sticky feet. So the only way that I can really get the concrete feel out of her feet is to get her to change her neck and her back. And once that starts to stretch and once she starts to think long across her top line, okay, so she's like a rainbow arc or an upside down teacup over this section of her body, the more that I'm getting closer to that. And right now she's not heavy in the cabezon, but on the moments when you see me really tapping her, she's kind of fallen down into my hand. So the same thing is going to happen in the bridle. So I really want to make sure before I ever go to that stage that she understands that she just has to be light, that our connection and our feel of the cabezon is very much that cabezon is a cradle. She can step up to it, she can trust it, she can walk right into it, but she also needs to balance. Here I'm saying, don't walk through, tap, don't walk through, leaning forward and running through it, so I'm just gonna ask her to back up a few steps. That's better. Try this new posture, walking forward without running through your chest. Go ahead and lower your head and neck. She resisted there, so I'm gonna ask again, it didn't connect. Try this new posture again. So basically, I just keep hitting the reset button and hitting the reset button and hitting the reset button. A little bit better. She always has like a little twist in her head and neck. She's always trying to look out the other direction. That will all go away in time. I don't really worry about that too much now. I'm more so worried about her falling into her chest like she is there. I'm resetting her again and asking her to try to walk forward a little bit more balanced and upright. That's better. I'm going to set her upright again. Good. Can you back up a few steps there? We're going to change our direction. Remember to step back and step around me. Step around me. You know what? That wasn't great. So we're going to practice that again. Come back around. Okay, I want you to set yourself up. Back. Come over and no. Come on. That was better. I liked that better. So she really is a thinking horse. She's not, you know, like I said, she's not at all belligerent. She's not at all unwilling. She just needs a second to process it. And as time goes on, she's going to learn how to learn, and she's really going to be a cool horse. Come on around. Almost there. There. What a good girl. Want to come up here? So I just wanted to give you a quick glance at Valencia, and she really is truly a really neat horse, and I'm really happy to take this journey with her, and I'm actually super excited that all of you have wanted to take part and have asked to be a part of her page. That's just so cool. So I'm glad and excited that a lot of you want to see how we do, because you know, in another year from now, in another 6 months from now, she's going to be a completely different horse, and you know, I'm hoping by winter I'll be on her back and already starting to ride her, and whatever we need to do from that point. But I really think that she has all the makings to be pretty great. So it's super exciting for me. And as for all of my other horses at the barn, nobody's going anywhere. Everybody's still going to stay in training. Some of my older horses are actually going into a lease program. So that is going to be spectacular. We've just made extra room for Valencia, and you know, everything's going a step in the right direction. So sometimes things just have a way of working out and have a way of happening for a reason, and this is just one of them. So once again, I want to thank Jeff Wilson for the opportunity to work with her. She's just so neat. And I'm really, really excited to see where this goes, because she really is an awesome little girl. So I thank you, all of you, for watching and joining us, and I will try to update you again when we have made some progress, so it's not so boring when you watch us, right? And we'll see you guys the next time. So thanks so much, everyone. Be sure to invite your friends to the page if anybody's interested, and join us on our journey.